happening? What's happening? Hold on, y'all. Let me get in a better situation. Nah, I'm gonna stay. Hey, look, y'all. So we have David Pollack. You know, he was on college game day. You know, he was part of that group, right? He was a part of that group. So he was on that with that group. And today I'm strolling down Twitter and my boy say college playoffs or no. So I'm like, well, what are you talking about? I see a picture. And it's Coach Prime and Travis Hunter. Same picture I posted. So I'm like, Excuse me. Whether he doing it for clicks or not, to me, I'm starting to think it ain't even clicks no more. I'm starting to think people really see it. They just can't really just jump out there and say it. So they just say it. College playoffs or no. What's up? Now, realize this. Let's run it now. Let's run it. So they're not saying college playoffs are no for Louisiana Monroe, Iowa, Arkansas, Baylor, Kansas, Oklahoma State. They ain't saying that for none of them. But they said it about Colorado. So really, honestly, I keep telling y'all we really got a squad. But people want to try to throw this, that, and the third in your face. And I done gave y'all different scenarios where you done seen teams that have maybe had a season that went to their liking, but they went and added some pieces, maybe switched the coach, gone. That's all it takes. We done added some pieces, kept some pieces, gone. So that's what I'm looking at this season to be. That's what I'm looking at this season to be. I'm looking at this season to be something real special. I'm looking at the season to be something special for Colorado, something special for me. Like, we all in this thing together. I'm looking for it to be real special, y'all. I think Coach Prime, in a situation, now he's sitting back saying, man, now, of course, you could have wanted to get another big-time dog there, but they went other places. But you got enough dogs to make this thing happen. So I like the fact that they're asking this question because that means, honestly, long as Coach Prime stay up there in the winning, and let's say we end the season undefeated or 1 or 2 losses, yo, they gonna have to see us. They gonna have to see us, and then that mean they gotta talk about us all season long. That mean he getting hyped up all season long, yo. Listen. I seen Brian Howard. That's he report on Colorado. And he's up there, and he went down to position battles, and I was like, dog, we got a lot of players. Like the O-line can be locked up, but then there's guys that's coming. They're like, hold up. Y'all got to see me too. Yeah, y'all got to see me in the summer. Now you got to see me with pads on. Yeah. They was here in the spring. I ain't get to be here in the spring. You got to see me with these pads on. They got to see me. We finna go get this. And then it's a different urge now because, yeah, the spring, you might be trying to do your thing, but, man, when it's game time and it's wins and losses for real. Like we had in high school, we have a spring game, right? And the spring game, you can win or lose, but you want to win it, but you ain't really tripping on it. But if you really focus on it, you like, man, this is an opportunity for colleges to see me. Sometimes players don't take that advantage. They just kind of go through the flow. Well, that's how the spring is. You can take the advantage or sometimes you don't. But right now, it's really what it is. You finna start or you finna ride that pine. Nobody don't want to ride the pine, especially if you out there all day, every day. You like, dog, I got to get out here and play. So I'm glad that David Pollack said college playoffs or no. That's how he see us. He could want to do it for clicks or anything, but ain't nobody asking Northwestern that's in the Big Ten college playoffs or no. Y'all ain't seen that. I ain't seen that. Nobody ain't asking about Arkansas. Nobody ain't asking about Florida. I'm just telling y'all teams that just randomly going across my mind that nobody asked my Wake Forest. Who else you could think of? Even my boys do. I rock with Coach Willie Simmons and Coach Manny Diaz. I rock with them boys, but nobody asking college playoffs or no for them. So at the end of the day, and yeah, I just got done working out, so I'm in sweat mode, sweat. So yeah, they're gonna ask that by Coach Pryor and them until they're in the college playoffs or get completely knocked out. That's gonna be the thing. Play for Keys, what's happening? Hey, many blessings to you too and everybody on. V. Smith, you say top of the day, Colin. Yes, they see it, but too proud to admit we got a boss. We do. And listen, that's why they talk about it all the time. Like, man, Paul Fineborn tried to say, they're irrelevant. Well, we look like we surely relevant right now, not irrelevant. We look like we relevant because everybody talking about us. And they not going to not talk about us until we knock ourselves out the race. Other than that, game 1, they talking about us. Game 2, they talking about us. Game 3, they talking about us. Game 4, they talking about us. Game 5. So at least, unless something crazy happened in the first 5 weeks, at least 5 weeks, they got to show us love. And that's two conference wins. And yeah, last year we only had 1 conference win. This year, right out the gate, we can get 2 back-to-back conference wins, Baylor and UCF. Now, there are going to be some hard games, and every game on the schedule hard, but I'm glad that they putting us in the mix. As long as they putting us in the mix, that means everybody else seeing it. It's people connected to David Pollack. They see that. They like, David Pollack might be doing that for clicks, but should we look into that? Yeah. You better look into it. Patricia, what's happening? Platinum, what's good? Hey, what's happening? Matt, what's good? Matt, you say, what you doing with that basketball behind you? My son them be wanting to hoop. I got him a basketball goal, and look, I left the ball out in the sun. Boy, that thing beat it down. So it probably supposed to be somewhere deeper this color. But see how the sun do you? So it's like the sun if you and I got them handlers too. Mac, I got them handlers, boy. Listen, I don't lose. Miss Johnson, what's good? And the beat goes on. Ain't it though? Dale, what's happening? No Chill Will, what's good? Look, y'all. Hey, we got David Pollack talking about us today. Y'all, I can't lie to you. This finna be a great football season. Like, it's a lot of good football games coming on in the country. Ooh, that week 1 gonna be something special, boy. But, y'all, we got North Dakota State. I was about to say NC State. Thinking about North Carolina State when I was up there. But we got North Dakota State, right? North Dakota State did have some ballers on there. And then somebody asked me, like, man, Colin, we supposed to blow them out. If it happened, it happened. But they're a solid squad, y'all. They have won plenty of chips. They're not nervous about nothing. Like, they built for this. They built to go play big boy schools. They play big boy schools in their conference. Somebody in that conference gonna win the chip. It's either them or South Dakota State. That's how good the conference is. But South Dakota good as well, and North Dakota good as well. So it's 4 schools in that South Dakota, North Dakota area, and 4 of them good. And they run the D1AA, run it. So now that Coach Prime, and this is what I like about Coach Prime too. He has the opportunity to show that what he's basically been saying the whole time. He basically been saying the whole time. He said, Jackson State, I did my first season. Took it to the chin. Next 2 seasons, I was dishing it out. So that's what you're going to get now. You going to get them boys dishing that thing out this year. Coach Prime, when they was at Jackson State, I don't know if both years they had a 1,000-yard runner, but I know they had, I want to say, a 1,000-yard runner, or real close to a 1,000-yard runner. But I think they did. So we got to run that ball. And now Pat Shermer get to really unleash. Nobody ain't seen Pat Shermer offense unless you looked at the NFL. But his stuff I don't know. I just think the situation different, y'all. And I think we're in a better situation. Get it in a minute. What's good? Matt, you say, you watch the Olympics? Boy, you're not really interested. Pretty good. Man, I ain't been checking it out. I've been seeing them tweet about basketball. I've been seeing them. I just need to know when the 100, the 200, 4x1, and the 400. I just want to see them races. Them the only ones I want to see. Ms. Johnson, you say never underestimate your opponent. Correct, you can't. And none of them on our schedule you can underestimate because it ain't like we have been years of dominating. Now, when you get into years of dominating, you kind of feel, you feeling yourself, but we can't feel ourselves yet. We know what we can do, but we got to go out and do it. But just the fact that David Pollack talking about it, it's some truth to that. Yeah. College playoffs, baby. You got to talk about it. Did they talk about college playoffs last year with Coach Prime? Nope. But with 12 slots, they talking about it. Yeah. With 12 slots, they talking about can Coach Prime make it to the chip, to the playoffs. Now, we hit them playoffs. Now, imagine we hit like a 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0, 10 and 0. Now they talking about Colorado is a great team. I don't know how they done it. You know how they done it. You seen in December when we loaded up on all the O-line and D-line. You seen as the year was going through, we went and got linebackers and everything. Y'all, we got ballers that done started and did their thing at different schools. So it's on and popping. You got D-ends that can go get you. D-tackles that can go get you. Linebackers that can go get you. Secondary that can crib that thing. Wide receivers that'll take you deep. Quarterback best in the country. Come on, man. And they asking if we got it or not. Is it a possibility? Like, playoffs or no? Yeah, it's playoffs, baby. We finna do our thing. Tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think Colorado has a chance to go to the playoffs? Do you think that? Like, do you really believe that? I believe they do. It's 12 slots. Now, the crazy thing about it is, the thing I read, and nobody ain't talking about it, the college playoff has no limit to who they could put in a conference. So if they wanted to, the SEC could have Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Ole Miss, LSU, and Tennessee. Let's go with that. They can have 6 teams off in there. Because it's only the Power 4. So you only need 3 more from each conference. So you got to have the Big 10 championship person, Big 12 championship person, and ACC championship person. So let's say that's at 9. They do 1 each for them, put 6 of their schools in. And then you got Liberty, say they take off and win. Now you got, that's 10 schools. Now you got 2 more randoms. You could say a Michigan and Ohio State take out the other. Y'all, it could really be done like that. So my thing is, y'all, watch how they rate the 12. Got my foot like it's going to sleep or something. Ooh, that pain for real. So watch how they rate the people, y'all. Watch how they rate them. You got to see how they rate them. I'm thinking that if Colorado can make it to that Big 12 championship game, undefeated or 1 loss, if they 1 loss or 2 losses, they got to win it. If they undefeated and the other team only got 1 loss, they might let them slide. But you got to watch the 12, y'all. Watch who they put up there for the 12. That's what you got to do. Don't worry about nothing else. Just watch how they do them 12. That's all going to matter. Because they're going to be ranking that thing. They're going to be putting them little pieces together. Them people in the back talking. Ain't this crazy? You would think that 12 teams getting in, you got opportunity. But they're going to scheme that up too. I'm just telling y'all. Pat Matt, 1906. You say, yeah, we going to the playoffs. Man, I feel like we got a great opportunity. Pat Matt, you say the only The only two SEC teams going to the playoffs are Georgia. Nah, I tell you, hey, the SEC gonna have about 4 to 6 teams get in. Watch what I tell y'all, 4 to 6 teams. They may try to put Oregon, Ohio State, and Michigan in the playoffs. They're gonna probably try to put all 3 of them in. But the great thing about this year, a lot of teams play each other. So you get championship games already. Like whatever hit the playoffs, they're gonna be done already played each other. A lot of them teams gonna be done played each other. Andrea, what's happening? Chucky Lee. You say, I believe they can go undefeated Big 12 championship. Man, I feel the same. It's a possibility. Like, it's nothing stopping us from getting that. Ron, what's good? Steven, what's happening? Rich, you say, I believe they still might try to, they could, but that's why Coach Prime got to probably be in the 1 to the 2 loss range. Nothing less. Nothing less. Steve, you say, yeah, seen Zay doing his thing in Arizona. Ms. Johnson. Oh, forgot about Missouri be balling like, yeah, man. Listen, it's a lot of squads, but they gotta whoop each other, so we ain't really worried about that. We just gotta come out on top. Honestly, for our situation, Coach Prime in the best conference to make that come up. Now he can't slip because they'll try to tax you on it, but he ain't gotta go through all that silliness. All them other teams. Georgia got Texas, Alabama, and Ole Miss, which is top. Them teams that basically playoff teams. We have some playoff teams. You could say K-State, Kansas, Oklahoma State, UCF to see what they do. Utah, Arizona. So we still doing our thing too. Hey, but look, I just wanted to run that with y'all. Now I do gotta go. Hey, we gotta talk about that speech Coach Prime did. I'm gonna come back on. We're gonna talk about that speech.